Hi, I'm Jessica Rae, and today we're talking about your perfectly imbalanced life. I love the idea of a perfectly imbalanced life. It assuages my guilt of trying to create and maintain the old cliche of finding a work-life balance. Because in reality, what exactly does a work-life balance even mean? I'm guessing it's supposed to mean finding the perfect balance between managing work and managing the rest of your life, whether that's spouses, kids, activities, exercise, and friends. I have to admit that even typing this makes me start to get anxious because honestly, in all of my years of juggling all of those activities, I have never really found a work-life balance. I have days here and there when I feel that everything went smoothly, but the elusive work-life balance is still out of reach. And maybe that's because there really isn't such a thing. The concept of finding a work-life balance originated in the United Kingdom in the 1980s during the women's liberation movement. Women were finding more space in the workplace, and they were told they could have it all. Today, we realize that concept isn't actually feasible. But at that time, women had just earned the right to have credit cards in their own names, have their own bank accounts, and become more fiscally independent. Many of these advancements are thanks to Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Thank you, RBG. So when our mothers were encouraging us to have it all, it's because they hadn't been able to. And they wanted their daughters to realize how wide open the doors had just swung for women. The problem with the idea of having it all, though, means there isn't as much direction when choosing a career, and it's more of an idea that you could do anything, so go for it, which is a great concept, but really tricky in reality. Another problem with having it all meant women were also supposed to do it all, meaning they were still supposed to run the house, raise the kids, cook the meals, also while balancing a wildly successful career. Doesn't that just sound impossible? So how do you create a more balanced work-life scenario? Some of it has to revolve around the season of your life. When you are trying to juggle small children, work-life balance turns into a work-life marathon. You're going to be trying to balance a lot of different moving parts, and you'll often be tired. But if you find your second wind or find that stride, you can keep going. Also, don't be afraid to ask for help. Women are amazing at being able to do multiple tasks all the time. And honestly, they do them all really well. But frankly, it's exhausting. And we need to create a village around us that helps with balancing all of the parts, whether it's help from extended family, friends, assistants at work, or childcare providers. Asking for help can be extremely liberating. It can also feel a little vulnerable. We like to feel capable and independent, but we will be much better moms, co-workers, friends, and spouses if we lean on each other to help us through life. Another idea of creating a better work-life balance is managing how you spend your time and energy. We all have the same number of hours in a day, but some of us are able to manage those hours more efficiently than others. Spend a week writing down exactly how you spend your time. And don't write down how you wish you spent your time. Notice how much time you spend scrolling social media or watching TV. Is that how you want to be spending those hours? And yes, I said hours, because the average person now spends 2 hours and 24 minutes on social media each day. That's crazy. That's almost 17 hours spent on social media each week. Imagine what you could do with those hours, or even half of those hours, if you were more intentional with your time. Exercise, meal plan, play games with your kids. And I'm not saying that to make you feel guilty. There's enough guilt already when it comes to managing our time. I'm saying this because it's easy to think we don't have time to do something, when in reality, we don't make the time because we're spending it in other ways. And that's okay if those other ways are intentionally the ways we want to spend that time. A final topic I want to talk to you about when thinking about finding your perfectly imbalanced life is the idea of comparison. It's easy for us humans and women to compare ourselves to each other. We do it constantly. This person has a bigger house, more money, a better car, is better looking, or better behaved kids. The list is endless. But ultimately, that's not what life is about. We're not trying to live someone else's life. We're trying to find our own best life. What's the magic formula for you as an individual? People will try and do this to each other also. So-and-so works full-time. Why can't you? Or so-and-so stays home. Don't you want to be the one raising your own children? The comparison and guilt associated with this is endless. Don't play this game. Think long and hard about what is going to create the best, perfectly imbalanced life for you. And maybe you'll have to try out different versions of these scenarios. I actually ended up trying most of them. I worked part-time, almost full-time, and I've stayed home. They were all hard. But over time, I learned that it wasn't about finding the perfect work-life balance. It was about finding my perfectly imbalanced life. At this point, I recognize that most days are going to be stressful. And that's okay. I love my life because it's the perfectly imbalanced life that I've created. So my wish for you is to find your perfectly imbalanced life. Go create the life you love so that you can show up and grow. Hey friend, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, would you please hit that subscribe button and also post any questions you have below. It is questions from you that inspire these episodes. We would love to hear what you think about it. And also, if you would like to join our Facebook community, you can interact with us and our community every day. Join us at Power Up by LifeWise on Facebook. We would love to give you some more time, some more one-on-one, some more interaction to help you reach your next level of growth and joy. Until next time, hit that like button, but please subscribe so that every time we post a new video, you get a notification. Share this video with anybody who could be inspired by it today. And thanks one more time for being a part of our community.